What if I told you that your biggest obstacle in English is not grammar, not vocabulary, but the way you think? Yes, the way you think. Because even if you know thousands of English words, and even if you understand grammar perfectly, if your brain is still translating everything from your native language, you will never speak English naturally. This is the hidden challenge in language learning, training your mind to think in English. Welcome to English Ear Training Podcast. I'm Ava, and today we're going to explore a simple but powerful idea: how to think in English. This isn't just about speaking English, it's about changing the way your mind works. It's about making English a part of you, so it becomes your natural language of thought. And today, I'll walk you through not just why this skill matters, but exactly how you can make it happen. So let's begin. Have you ever been in a situation where you understood English perfectly, but the moment you wanted to speak, your brain slowed down? You knew the words, you knew the grammar, but your mouth felt frozen. That happens because your brain is still translating. You read in English, you listen in English, you even write in English. But when it comes to thinking, you switch back to your native language. This mental translation is like carrying a heavy bag. Every time you want to speak, it makes communication slower, less natural, and more tiring. But here's the good news: you can train your brain to think directly in English. And it all starts with your inner voice. Your inner voice is that quiet narrator inside your head that talks to you every day. It might say, "I need to wake up," or "What should I eat today?" or "I have so much to do." And this voice is trainable. You can teach it to speak English. Start small. When you wake up in the morning, instead of thinking in your own language, say to yourself in English, "I need to brush my teeth." When you walk to work or school, look around and describe what you see in English. "The sky is bright." "That car is moving fast." "The air feels cool today." At first, this will feel strange, slow, unnatural. Your brain will resist. That's normal, because it's learning a new habit. But the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Soon you'll notice your thoughts beginning to switch naturally to English. Without effort, without hesitation. That's the moment you break the wall. Another powerful step is immersion. Immersion means surrounding yourself with English sounds, words, and ideas, so much that they become part of your daily life. Think of your brain like a sponge. The more it absorbs English, the easier it becomes to think in English. Immersion is not about sitting in a classroom for hours. It's about living the language. Change your phone's language to English. Watch movies and shows in English, even without subtitles. Listen to English podcasts while walking, cooking, or driving. And yes, you can also listen to my other episodes of English Ear Training Podcast to practice with real stories. Even writing your shopping list or reminders in English is a small but powerful step. At first, immersion may feel uncomfortable. You might not understand every word. That's okay. The goal is not perfection. The goal is habit. Over time, The sounds of English become familiar. They stop being strange noises and become natural thoughts. That's when thinking in English becomes effortless. But there's another layer to this skill, understanding how English organizes thought. Every language has its own rhythm and logic. English tends to be direct and simple. If you think in long, complex sentences from your native language, your brain must stop and translate. That's exhausting. Instead, practice thinking in short, clear sentences. Think of English like texting a friend. You don't send essays. You send quick, clear thoughts. Instead of thinking, I feel extremely tired because I had such a long day full of work and responsibilities, in English you might simply think, I'm so tired, today was long. That's English thinking, simple, direct, and efficient. Another important factor is overcoming the fear of mistakes. Many learners stop themselves from thinking in English because they worry about grammar or vocabulary mistakes. But thinking is private. No one can hear your thoughts. This is your safe space. Even if your sentence isn't perfect, it doesn't matter. What matters is training your brain to move in English without stopping. Mistakes will naturally decrease over time as your brain becomes more confident. To strengthen this habit, try talking to yourself in English when you're alone. If you're cooking, say, I'm chopping vegetables now. This smells delicious. If you're walking, say, I see children playing. The air is cold today. These small sentences connect your daily life with English thought. There's also a powerful mental tool called visualization. When you learn a new word, don't just translate it. Attach it directly to an image in your mind. If you learn the word apple, imagine a shiny red apple. If you learn the word happiness, imagine a bright smile. This helps your brain connect English words directly to meaning, without translation. And it makes thinking in English faster and more natural. Thinking in English doesn't happen overnight. It's a skill that grows with patience and daily practice. But here's the reward. When you train yourself to think in English, everything changes. You speak faster. You understand more clearly. You feel more confident. You no longer translate in your head. Instead, you live inside the language. That's when English stops being just a subject you study and becomes a part of who you are. So the next time you catch yourself translating, pause. Try to form your thought directly in English. Start small. Be patient. Keep practicing. With time, your brain will change. And one day, without even realizing it, you'll discover that your natural way of thinking has become English. And when that happens, you'll feel a new kind of freedom. Freedom in your learning. Freedom in your expression. Freedom in your life. Because thinking in English is not just about language, it's about thinking without limits. And that is the true key to fluency. All right, friends, we've reached the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for listening to English Ear Training Podcast. I hope this episode gave you a new way to think about learning English. Remember, each small step counts. Every moment you spend thinking, reading, or listening in English brings you closer to fluency. If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe to the channel. That way, you'll never miss a new one. And of course, don't forget to explore my other episodes of English Ear Training Podcast. Each story is designed to help you listen, think, and speak naturally. Take care, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. I'll see you in the next episode.